So the last questions on the GCSE History Paper 2 are Section B questions, and it's a 4 marker and a 22 marker. So we're going to finish by looking at these two questions. So the question 5 is describe two. So it basically describe two causes or consequences or reasons. And all you need for this is basically two sentences. One, you have to identify a valid cause or consequence or reason. And then you have to add a brief but really clear explanation with a few facts put in there. Okay, it's not a long explanation. It should fill these spaces that have been that are available on the exam paper. And you can see an example here. Describe two consequences of the Cuban Missile Crisis. So you can see my answer here. So I've identified a consequence and then I've described it in another sentence. And again, I really do emphasize that importance of the full stop, having two sentences, one identification and the next one explaining. That'll really help you to get your full marks. So keep it really simple, okay? Address the reason, the cause, the consequence, and then explain and develop that there with facts and explanation or examples. 5 minutes for this. So these are a few starters that can help you out. They're really useful for answering this type of question. And to get full marks, well, this is what we would suggest that you do, okay? You have to make sure you give two valid reasons. You have to add specific detail to each, and you have to keep answers clear and direct. There's no point in wasting time on this. So common mistakes are to only give a very, very basic reason with no detail. Writing too much, that just wastes time. It only is worth 4 marks, so just focus on getting the marks and then move on. And then repeating the same idea in the two different slots. Being too vague is also an issue, so just keep it really focused on the question. Okay, so key terms is really, really important. It's terrible to get to this section here and for a student to go off on a tangent and forget what the actual keywords mean. So you're asked to address causes or reasons or consequences or effects or impact or significance. You have to make sure you understand what they mean. So cause, why something happened, consequence or effect, what happened as a result of that, impact, the result or outcome of this event, and significance, why something really matters. So please make sure you understand those key terms before attempting these types of questions. Okay, and we've got another example here for you to look over. This one here is a consequence of the Cuban Missile Crisis to ease you into that. Okay, the big 22 mark essay, and what is that all about? Well, this is to test your knowledge, your analysis at the very, very end of the international relations paper, and it's really, really important. So you have to set aside 25 minutes for this. It's testing your detailed factual knowledge. It's showing you understanding of the question focus. It is showing you hopefully building a clear argument, not just telling a story. And it's showing you addressing 3 given guidelines. Remember, please, that you have a choice here. Okay, so you've got a choice between 2 questions. So only answer one of them. Please do not try to answer 2. That would be a waste of time and waste of your marks. So only one of them. Choose very carefully. You have to use all 3 bullet points that are provided for you in the guidelines. Include accurate, detailed knowledge, explain how and why things changed or happened, and finish with a clear overall judgment. The guidelines are set up usually in chronological order, so it kind of does show a process. So you have to follow that process. You can't, do the third one in front of the first one. Try to keep that process because that helps to keep the answer clear and focused. To understand the question is really important, obviously. Okay, so again, same thing as the question before this, question 5. You have to understand what the question is asking. Please underline or circle the keywords here. Is it about change? Is it about reasons or causes or impact or significance? Who is involved in this? Is it the USSR? Is it the USA? Is it both of them? Please circle the dates as well. You have to make sure you understand the parameters of this. Don't go beyond the parameters. If you do, you're not going to get marked on that area. It'll just waste you time. And it makes the question go out of focus as well. So you get marked down heavily on that. Okay, so you can see the example below. It's about how did the USSR respond to challenges to its power in Eastern Europe in the 1950s and 1960s. So the date parameters, 1950s and 60s. And it's all about the USSR and its response to challenges. And it's focused on Eastern Europe. Okay, so there's elements that you have to go through, highlight, and focus on. The bullet points obviously do guide. So the Hungarian uprising, disagreements over Berlin, you can see it's 1959 to 61, so you should be able to tell that there is to do with the Berlin Wall, but it needs a bit of context because it just doesn't say Berlin Wall. And Czechoslovakia, 1968, the Prague Spring. Okay, so you have to break down that question before attempting to answer it. Okay, please try to use the three guidelines here to help your structure. So for each paragraph, try to link your question to the statement and the topic. You have to try to support that with lots of factual evidence. You have to link back to the question focus as well. What's the question about? Is it cause? Is it consequence? Is it impact? Refer back to that and that'll keep your answer nice and focused. And this is a model of how your essay should look. So introduction, focusing on what the question's asking. Then it goes on to paragraph 1, you're using the statement, support, and summary. Paragraph 2, you repeat that. Paragraph 3, you repeat that. And then the last paragraph, the conclusion, please make sure you are rounding up this. So answer the question directly, identify the most important factor or change, and show evaluation. Okay, and there's a couple of phrases there that are really good to round off your argument. Please make sure you do. In the mark scheme, you can tell about having a substantiated conclusion at the very end. Okay, there's lots of sentence starters here. So one to use for the statement, one to use for support and analysis, and then a summary as well. Your timing is really important. Please set aside the 25 minutes. This is worth a lot of marks, so make sure you do set aside that time to address this at the end. So it's about 3 to 4 minutes planning, 18 to 20 minutes writing, and 2 minutes checking over, 25 minutes altogether. What do you need to get top marks? Well, at top level, you need to address all 3 bullet points fully. You have to include accurate, detailed knowledge. You have to show clear explanation, not just a narrative, not just telling a story. You have to link consistently to the focus of the question. You have to include a strong analytical conclusion. And what to avoid? Well, this is a question that tends to be answered badly by some students, and this is what they do. Sometimes they tell a story, there's no explanation. You have to make sure you're not telling a story, you're analysing, you're giving factual address of the question. Ignoring one of the bullet points, you have to make sure that they're completed and completed in order and they're done to a high quality. Not linking back to that question. Please do that. Link back to the question with every paragraph. That'll definitely maximise your marks. Writing everything you know, very common mistake, just writing everything you know. You'll hear Prague Spring, you just write everything you know about it. That's not what the question's asking. You have to be able to link it to the question. And then a weak or missing conclusion. Part of the mark scheme is addressing that conclusion, and that will keep your essay focused and in line for top marks. Final golden rule, do not just describe what happened, explain why, explain how it matters, and that will really help. Okay, and I've given you 2 examples here. These were from CCEA. This one here is on changes between the USA and the USSR in terms of relations between 1980 and 1991. And the other one is one on US responses to the spread of communism in Southeast Asia. It's an 1822 mark. Hopefully these help you out as well. Many thanks for listening and good luck. I hope the exam goes well.